Week 3 on my road to Worlds. This week was all about training and learning from the competition of the previous week, getting ready for States in about 4 or 5 weeks' time. Now, from my last competition, I learned that my biggest weakness is my lower body. I don't have the leg power to pull myself into the wall. I don't have the toe hook strength to keep myself from falling out when I need to do a toe hook, which cost me the send of one of the boulders in the competition, and I don't have the ankle mobility to help me on slabs. So this week was heavily focused on that. These exercises that I am doing here are meant to help me. This one is supposed to help me with my toe hook strength. As you can see, I'm just trying to lift a weight, trying to keep my toes as straight as possible through the entire range of motion. Now, what this does is it allows me to pull my toes back into a hold, which you will see me use a little bit later in this video. Now, straight-legged RDLs serve two purposes. What they do is, as with the same climb as the toe hook climb that I mentioned before, I am able to heel hook and keep myself into the wall, allowing me to pretty much use it as an arm. Secondly, I recently went through a knee injury, and doing these helped me condition my hamstring and my knee to avoid myself from getting injured. Not only this, it'll help me just in general climbing to just keep my hips into the wall, making the climbing easier and better. Now, the last exercise I did here was some calf raises. These serve two purposes, one of which I can extend my toes, keeping tension a bit better, and focusing on dropping my heels, as you saw there, allows me to lengthen out the calf muscle and loosen up the ankle a little bit, which will help me in slab climbing, which is, again, and you will see a bit later in this video. The main focus on this is not, however, trying to extend the calf raise as high as I can. However, it is more focused on just sinking down as low as I possibly can. The issue that makes this hard is, unfortunately, my foot was slipping out of my shoe and I was nearly slipping off the block. I'll keep working on trying to find a way to make that better, but the aim is just to loosen everything up in my calf and my heel. Right, now onto the fun stuff. I decided to do some warm-ups on some dynamic and easier problems. So now this just a nice little fun run-up and finish it off the boulder on the same area, just running across the volumes, which is good for lower body coordination, which, as you guys might remember from last week, is something I'm quite bad at. So doing that is I'm actually quite happy with. Now it's something that I'm generally quite good with is the upper body coordination and just the raw power of pulling. Now what I did there, going right hand, left hand, was definitely not the intended way of doing it, but I just thought it'd make it more fun. Now, that left foot there, that's what's called a toe hook. So I'm pretty much using my toes to hook myself into the wall to help me start the boulder. And then this bit here is the heel hook, which, as you can see here, will help me pull in. Alright, now this next go, if you guys listen carefully, here's me trying to work out the problem, and watch my right knee, I hit the volume. Now that was very painful. That took me a few minutes of wailing around to actually get back on the wall. But I was able to stick this boulder again pretty quickly and get back up to where I fell before. Now, I'm very happy with how quickly I learned that and the fact that my hamstrings were able to stay intact, keeping in that heel hook, and that I was able to pull in through the toe I'm happy with, but I still need to work on it a little bit. Now, this bit is where the ankle mobility and flexibility comes in. As you can see, my feet aren't downturned that much. The real aim is to try and get it as flat as possible so that the rubber on my shoe isn't as much contact with the hold, just so there's more friction. Now, the way that I'm doing the move up into that right hand ball is wrong. If you watch my left foot there slip, that's just purely because there's not enough friction. But if you look at my right foot when I step up into the ball, I am stepping very closely into the wall, as you can see there. That means that I don't have enough room to lean in, and I'm just straight falling out because of the wall. That's just basic knowledge. You stand into a wall, you're going to fall out. Now, doing this again, I will try and step a bit further out from the wall. Now, the next day, I decided to do some lead training, which I wasn't able to get many videos of, but I was able to get some videos of this climb that I campused, so no feet climbing, and just did a bunch of different variations on it. Good thing to notice is that last move that I did there, watch the difference in my attempts over these few goes. As my last move, my left arm gets powered out, and I get worse and worse as the time progresses. As you can see there, it's already a little bit low. Now I'm doing the start of this boulder, but I thought I'd just cut it out, just so it's not the same two moves back to back. And I'm just getting really tired here because I'm not resting in between these attempts. I'm just kind of free throwing this. And this attempt was pretty interesting because as a start, we found a hold that was just caked in blood. So someone had a full send attempt and just destroyed their shins probably. But I also decided to skip a hold here and to make the top a little bit harder for myself. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of swing here just to let the momentum pull me up. Cross through again to that hold. And for the top move, instead of finishing on that right hand that I've been going to the entire time, I thought I would go to a better hold, a worse hold, higher up. So that was this week. I will continue to train my lower body and work on my technical climbing. As I said, I've got about 4 more weeks until states, and I really want to do well on that. So although I'll be tapering a little bit earlier than my previous competition, so I can peak for states, I will still be picking up my training and working on my weaknesses. Thank you for watching, and stick around for the journey.